What you are about to hear is not just some casual advice or passing thought. No, it's something much deeper, a true release, like a door swinging wide open in your life, letting go of all the chains that have held you back. You didn't stumble upon this message by chance or because of some random click. Your very spirit, that inner part of you that connects to something greater, is being drawn here right now. It's pulling you in because up there in the heavenly places, in the realms beyond what we can see, something has already shifted. A decision has been made, a verdict handed down, and it's all in your favor. Yes, you heard that right. It's for you. The struggles you've been facing, those battles that seem to rage in your mind and heart, they are not random. They are the final push, the last wave of distractions trying to keep you from stepping into what's yours. Think about it. That delay you've been stuck in, the one that makes you wonder if things will ever move forward. Or that heavy weight sitting right in your chest, like a stone you can't quite lift. Those aren't signs of punishment from above. They're the quiet build-up, the deep breath before the big moment arrives, the hush that falls just before a mighty shout echoes through the valley. Let me remind you of something powerful from the Bible. In the book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 10, it says that God declares the end right from the very beginning. When He speaks a word over your life, it's not like a fortune teller guessing at what might happen someday. No, it's a promise that's already on its way to being fulfilled, like a seed planted long ago that's now bursting through the soil. Your heart has been stirring lately, hasn't it? Feeling restless, like you can't quite settle down, no matter how hard you try. But that's not because you're wandering aimlessly or lost in the dark. It's because you're being found, located by the one who sees every step you've taken, even the ones that felt like stumbles. Distractions have come at you from every side, trying to dull that sharp spiritual sense inside you, the one that knows when something divine is stirring. They've whispered lies, pulled your focus to shiny but empty things, made you doubt the quiet voice that's been calling your name. But right now, in this very moment, that fog is lifting. A sudden clarity is breaking through, like dawn chasing away the night. What God has prepared for you isn't waiting somewhere down a long, winding road that you have to chase forever. It's right here, unfolding in the now, blooming in the soil of your everyday life. The judgment from the highest court, the one that matters most, has come down like a gavel striking in your favor. No more waiting in the shadows. Picture this. The enemy, that force of negativity and opposition that loves to accuse and tear down, came charging at you with a list as long as your arm. Accusations about every mistake you've made, every time you fell short, every door that slammed shut in your face. He pointed fingers, shouted doubts, tried to build a case that would lock you in defeat. But yes, the Father who loves you beyond measure, stood up strong. I silenced every one of those lying voices with the power of my endless mercy. I dropped the charges, wiped the slate completely clean, not leaving even a smudge behind. And then, with the most precious seal of all, the blood of my Son, Jesus, I signed your full release. It's done. It's final. This is the exact moment when your unexpected miracle steps onto the stage of your life, unannounced and full of wonder. Imagine it. Just last night, in the quiet hours when the world slept, a billionaire, someone with resources you can't even fathom, had your name drop into their dream like a whisper from the stars. I made that happen. I nudged it there, planted it deep in their subconscious, so that when they wake, they'll feel an urge they can't explain, a pull to reach out, to connect, to pour blessing into your path. Hey, friend, lean in close for a second. There's a big, beautiful chunk of money sitting there, ready and waiting, like a gift wrapped in gold paper, just needing the final transfer into your account. It's not a maybe or a someday. It's poised, aligned, and on the move. But here's a gentle heads up, straight from the heart. If you let your thumb scroll right past this without letting it sink in, that miracle might pause right here, hovering at the edge, waiting for you to claim it. Don't let that happen. Guess what? This secret financial turnaround, this wave of provision that's been hidden until now, is set to crash into your world before the clock strikes midnight tonight. I called off what others labeled as the end of the road for you. I took my pen, the one dipped in eternal grace, and wrote a fresh blessing right over your name, sealing it with authority. Your name is now etched in the great scroll of divine restoration up in heaven, glowing like a beacon. I've already given the order. Open the treasury of heaven wide for this one. Pour it out. A surprise that's worth millions, not in hype but in real, tangible change, is locked in and set to unfold in just 3 days. I personally crossed your name off that old, dusty list of those who seem to always miss out on the good stuff. I canceled every curse that clung to your finances like a shadow, and right next to your name, I jotted down 3 simple words: inheritance unlocked. It's yours now, flowing freely. It might feel like you whispered a prayer for something so big, so out of reach, that even asking seemed foolish. Like, God, this need is too much. It's just not doable in my world. But I heard you, and I didn't stop at the bare minimum. I went further, deeper. I've set you completely free from those old bonds, multiplied your abundance until it overflows like a river after rain, and uncovered blessings that were buried just for you, dear child of mine. So, pay close attention for a moment. Let this settle in your soul. Up in heaven, there was this gathering, this sacred meeting all about you. Every negative word spoken against you, every doubt cast like a stone, every hidden hurt that tried to define your story, it all came bubbling up into the light. The enemy laid it all out, hoping to paint you guilty, broken beyond repair. But I didn't see guilt when I looked at you. No, I saw a beloved one deserving of a second chance, a fresh page, a story rewritten with hope. My mercy wrapped around you like a warm blanket, and my son stood right there beside you, his presence a shield no accusation could pierce. The enemy highlighted your failures, those stumbles that left bruises on your heart, one after another, like a prosecutor building a damning case. But I stepped forward with the cross, that ultimate symbol of love and redemption. I lifted high the blood that was shed for you, poured out in sacrifice. I declared it boldly in the courts of heaven. This one is mine. Claimed, covered, cherished. You've walked through seasons where it felt like your voice echoed into an empty room. No one truly hearing, no one wrapping you in the love you craved, no one even glancing your way with kindness. Like you were invisible, carrying your burdens alone under a sky that seemed silent. But the whole time, through every tear-streaked night and every unspoken ache, I was locked in on you. My eyes never left your face. I saw those quiet moments when you wiped your eyes and murmured prayers that only your heart knew the words to. I collected every single tear, holding them like precious jewels in my hands, remembering each one as a cry for help. I felt the heavy weight pressing on your spirit, those times when words failed and all you could do was sigh. In that heavenly meeting, I chose your side, not because you had it all together or performed perfectly, but purely from the well of my unchanging love. I dismantled every legal claim the enemy tried to stake, tore up the contracts of condemnation one by one. If deep down, in that quiet place, you feel this was crafted just for you, let me set one thing straight. My timing dances to a rhythm all its own, not the hurried beat of clocks and calendars. While friends and family turned away, too caught up in their own storms to see yours, I was in the background, meticulously preparing your inheritance, the promises that have your name on them. While you stood under the weight of judgment, feeling exposed and small, I was sculpting your comeback, shaping it with care like an artist with clay. When the enemy finally had to admit defeat, slinking back into the shadows with empty hands, I celebrated quietly in the grand courtrooms of heaven, a victory lap reserved just for those who belong to me. And right when you whispered to yourself that it was too late, that the window had closed forever, I turned to the angels and said, "Go now. Bring the divine compensation. Make it rain blessings." Even as we speak, I'm dispatching instructions, clear, undeniable nudges, to someone who holds the keys to your next big breakthrough. That person might be a boss, a stranger, a long-lost contact. It doesn't matter. They'll speak your name in a meeting, recommend you for a role, wire funds without a second thought. And get this, people around you will start blessing you left and right, uttering words of favor even if they can't quite explain why it feels right. I slipped into their dreams while they slept, wandering through the landscapes of their subconscious like a gentle breeze. I touched their hearts softly, planting seeds of generosity. Your name echoed in the stillness of those dreams because I called it out from my throne, with all the authority of king. This isn't a small favor, a quick fix to tide you over. Oh no, this is a total turnaround, a 180-degree shift that rewrites the rules of your story. Every curse that tried to stick, every loss that left a hole, every unfair denial that stung like salt in a wound, they're all getting a do-over, a fresh coat of grace. Where debt once piled up like mountains, blocking your view of tomorrow, I'm pouring an overflow, rivers of provision that wash it all away and leave abundance in its place. Where shame whispered lies in your ear, making you shrink back, I'm bringing glory that shines like the sun, lifting your head high. Where you felt unheard, your words bouncing off walls, I'm giving you a voice that carries weight, that moves mountains. And in those corners where you were overlooked, passed by like yesterday's news, I'm elevating you, placing you in spots of honor, where eyes turn and hearts open. It seems like you've been carrying a tough load lately, one that no one else can see, the kind that presses down in secret, making smiles feel forced. People have laughed behind your back, maybe at your dreams that seemed too big, or your efforts that didn't pan out yet. They've whispered doubts, rolled their eyes at your faith. But here's my promise, straight and true. I'm about to hand you recognition that rings out loud and clear, right in front of everyone who matters. Your foes, those who rooted against you, will watch as you rise stronger, more radiant than before, like a phoenix from the ashes they thought would bury you. Those who chuckled at your struggles, who bet on your downfall, will stand baffled, scratching their heads at your sudden success, wondering what magic flipped the script. You don't have to lift a finger to prove a thing. No grand speeches or desperate pleas. I'll speak for you, advocate with a voice that thunders. I'll reveal my hand at work, the fingerprints of heaven on your path. I'm going to orchestrate moves so bold, so undeniable, that no one, not a soul, can look away or deny the power behind it. And right now, as you read these words, I sense you're leaning hard into faith, whispering to yourself, I trust you, God. I really do. If this is landing straight in your spirit, like a key turning in a long-locked door, go ahead and like this. Not for show, not to impress anyone, but just for you, a simple act of agreement with what's stirring inside. Your spirit recognizes my voice in this. It knows the tone, the warmth. When you honor that nudge, when you respond with a heart open to me, I pour out even more. Fresh layers of revelation, deeper wells of peace. It's not that I need your nod of approval. It's that faith like yours moves my heart to act, to accelerate the good I've planned. But let's be clear. What I'm unfolding here tonight stretches far beyond just stacks of money or bank alerts lighting up your phone. I'm diving into the hidden places of your emotions, those raw spots where hurt has taken root, and I'm bringing healing like balm on a wound. Gentle, thorough, restoring wholeness. I'm boosting your energy, that inner fire that's flickered low under the weight of weariness, fanning it back to a steady flame that lights your days. And your faith, I'm strengthening it, brick by brick, until it's a fortress no doubt can breach. I'm mending what's cracked in your home, the arguments that echo, the silences that stretch too long, turning discord into harmony, one conversation at a time. I'm lightening that load you've shouldered alone, the one made of worries and what ifs, lifting it off so you can breathe free again. It's even broken down walls you didn't know were there. Berries in your heart built from old rejections, fears disguised as caution, tearing them to the ground to make room for trust and joy. Just so you know, heaven didn't let your cries fall on deaf ears. Remember the story in Daniel, chapter 10, verses 12 and 13? It's like a mirror to your own journey. Daniel poured out his heart, seeking understanding, humbling himself before God. And from the very first day he did that, his words shot straight up, heard and noted in the throne room. The whole place stirred, not ignored, not overlooked, but truly connected to. God didn't brush him off, he engaged deeply. Your prayers, they've done the same. They haven't vanished into the void. They've risen like sweet incense, curling up into the divine presence, demanding a response from the highest court. But between the moment the decree went out and the time it reached Daniel's hands, there was a fierce clash in the spirit world. What felt like silence to you? That wasn't absence. It was the thick walls of a battlefield, soundproofed against the chaos so you could rest unknowing. Angels dispatched on errands of mercy, dark forces rallying to block the way. Real, gritty fighting broke out in realms we can't see with our eyes. It's not that your request was too small or unworthy. No, it was massive, game-changing. When a prayer hits like that, one that reclaims territory, breaks chains of bondage, ushers in true freedom, it's never a straight shot. Pushback comes hard, like waves crashing against a lighthouse. The bigger the answer, the more hell strains to halt it, digging in heels, throwing up barricades. But here's the good news breaking through the clouds. That resistance, it's crumbling now, piece by piece, like dry clay under rain. The veil between promise and possession is thinning, growing transparent. Your spiritual alignment is clicking into place with what I've decreed from eternity past. Fresh things are emerging, new insights, unexpected doors, staring in your gut even if words fail to pin them down. That restlessness you felt, it's not random. It's a signal, eye-opening, waking you to the nearness. Your dreams are expanding, horizons widening like a canvas stretched taut. You're sharpening your senses, picking up on whispers others miss. And that pull toward me, deeper than before, a hunger to connect, to sit in stillness, it's all pointing one way. The angel is near, wings brushing the air around you. There's an electric charge in the atmosphere right now, a holy energy humming like power lines before a storm. Turn to Psalm 91, verse 1. It promises that those who dwell in my shelter find refuge under my wings, with angels encamped around, guarding every step. That command, it's been issued. That messenger, already en route, swift as thought. The opposition that snarled traffic in the heavens, delaying the goods, it's lost its grip, fingers slipping loose. The spiritual highways are clearing, jams dissolving into smooth flow. What was knotted tight is unraveling at breakneck speed. Your delivery isn't circling endlessly. It's inbound, tracking straight to your door. You might not have seen the frontline clashes, the sod clashes, the strategy sessions in the unseen. But oh, you felt the ripples. Deep in your soul, that bone-weary tiredness, the disorientation like fog on a road. It's like your faith was pressing against an invisible wall, straining but not quite breaking through. That wasn't defeat, friend. That was friction, the rub of warfare echoing down. Intense. Yes, like the heavens cracking open while turmoil swirled below. Even the forces of darkness sense when heaven repositions pieces on the board. Nothing remains static. Shifts ripple out forever. God hasn't forgotten a single plea. He was in the fray, shielding your precise answer from thieves in the night, intercepting plots to derail it. What's emerging now? It didn't come cheap. No bargain bin blessing this. It was forged in fire, won through war, polished in persistence. With the smoke cleared, the floodgates of favor swing wide, no holds barred. Resistance, invalidated. Angels, mobilized, on assignment. And you? You're standing in the grand hallway of answered prayers, threshold crossed, echoes of hallelujah bouncing off the walls. Soak this in. Really let it drench your spirit. This is your Daniel moment. Chapter 10 alive in your timeline. Not punishment's shadow, but protection's embrace. The battlefield's turned, the decrees punched through. Now, the proof won't stay ethereal. It's spilling into the physical, tangible as the ground under your feet. Check out Luke 18, verses 7 and 8. God vows justice for his chosen who cry out day and night. Not a slow drip, but a sudden pour, crashing into your story like a wave at high tide. What tangled intention flows now with divine smoothness, eased by my hand? What was withheld bursts forth, unveiled. And you? You're not tiptoeing into this breakthrough. No, you're sprinting, wind at your back. The spiritual skirmish has pivoted, and with it, your entire world teeters on the edge of transformation.